So I'm here with CP, man. Champ CP, man. What it do, big baby?
Going good, going good.
Yeah, man.
Been an eventful year.
Let's talk about it, if you don't mind, man. You ups and downs, but you're still up, man. You got that red strap around your waist, man. Talk about the average love of your life. You got the strap, and you about to book in the year. Maybe you fight at the top of the year. You let the fans know that. Talk about this year, if you don't mind.
Like you said, it's been some ups and downs, but I feel like that's kind of been the story of my life, really. But I'm locked in, I'm focused, I'm still gunning. Got a house, got a married, got a dog, feeling like an old man, really. You know, so it's been good though. It's been great, really.
Bread in the oven anytime soon?
Nah, we're taking our time. You know, we don't want to rush. She's on the come up. I'm doing my thing. I'm on the come up, and we got nothing but time. We're young, so.
Any reaction to David Benavidez? I haven't spoken to you since. Any reaction to David Benavidez win on the Durrell?
You know, he did what he's supposed to do. You know, he was supposed to do that. He's I said in a couple interviews today, he's had horrible cuts over his eyes in the last 2 of his 3 fights, so that's probably bound to happen past his prime. But I feel like a little exposed, a little bit, slightly. Would you agree, or am I?
He believed he could stop Durrell.
Yeah.
He had no regards for nothing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think with your angles, it's a much different fight for him. A lot of confusion.
Yeah.
Here's one: if you want to throw combinations, throw single shots, and he'll adjust, and then maybe you make another adjustment, and then y'all go from there.
Yeah. It depends on how many adjustments he can make.
Sure.
So.
You have the better boxing pedigree by far.
Yeah, by far.
Deontay Wilder, Luis Ortiz.
Man, that's tough. I don't think the only thing that would surprise me is if it goes 12 rounds. That's it. Love Deontay. You know, we don't have the exact same story, but we have some similarities with our daughters. So it's always been nothing but love and respect. He's right down the street from me in Tennessee. Great dude. Punches harder than probably anybody who ever laced up a pair of boxing gloves. Got the athleticism. I said, you know, I'm kind of repeating myself today, so if you guys watch other interviews, forgive me. But there's no depth that he's not willing to go. And there's very few that I say that about. There's no depth that he's not willing to go get his hand raised. And he's also has supreme confidence in himself. But Luis Ortiz, working with Coach Wade, looking trim, looking slim, Cuban boxing, southpaw. It's gonna be a great fight. It's not going 12 rounds, I don't think. I don't think.
Where would you rank yourself on the pound for pound? Have you given that consideration yet?
I think there's a difference between where I would place myself as far as ability goes and how good that I feel like I am. But there's other things that play into being on the pound for pound list. And I may sound like a broken record again, but I only have 19 fights. And I think people tend to forget about that. You know what I'm saying? They don't think about that. I'm only, you know, it's hard to be on the pound for pound list with 19 fights. Now, if we want to talk about skill and attributes and boxing IQ and how far one is willing to go to get their hand raised, I feel like I'm bar none. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm up there with everyone else. But it'd be easy to stand in front of this camera and say that. I've said that in some other interviews today too. So time will tell, and I plan on proving that and showing how good I am.
How soon do you plan on going to 75?
No time soon. I'm gonna be here. I'll be the first undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. There's never been one. Joe Calzaghe was the closest, and I'll be the first one. And I'll also be around for all the middleweights who are moving up too. I'm not going nowhere. So I'm 10 pounds from fight weight. That's another broken record. That's another broken record thing I've said today. So I'm ready to rock whenever. I told him if somebody drops out, just give me a call. I'll bring my mouthpiece this weekend. So just let me know.
What was your impression of the Canelo fight?
I didn't get to see it, but I heard he didn't throw that many punches, Canelo, but he got the job done. He did what he's supposed to do. And then I heard about, you know, I didn't see it, but I heard about Kovalov saying, you know, there was no way he was going to win. And so that's somebody who's going into a fight who don't believe they can win. And if you don't think you can win and you feel like there's no way you can win, then you're probably not going to win. So.
What would you pay to see it live?
Who would I pay to see in boxing?
Who would you buy a ticket? I know
I would buy a ticket to watch Caleb Plant. That's who you should buy a ticket to go watch. So
why?
Because I feel like I'm the full package. I feel like, and I think you said something like this on one of your videos, if we're judging off ring IQ, athletic attributes, whether it be hand speed, foot speed, defense, grit, a chin. See, people don't know.
You dug in that motherfucker.
How deep one can dig.
You dug.
You know, if a fight breaks out, that they're not scared of anything or anybody. I feel like I'm, bar none, one of the best in the sport.
I got you number 7 on my pound for pound list, by the way. I think you're well worth it, and I think that your skill set parallels anyone in anybody's division.
Absolutely.
Especially with your one punch knockdown of Uzatake.
Yeah.
It tells people that not only are you packing power, you're packing high level of intelligence.
Yeah, and you know, for a long time, people thought that when I first came in, I was knocking everybody out. I was like 9-0, 9 first-round knockouts, or 10-0, 9 first-round knockouts, and I started developing a lot of hand injuries. And you know Courtney Watson.
Yeah. She's a master at that.
So that's your word. Yeah. Well, she was saying contusions. It looked like a contusion. So, you know, however much you trust her word, which I know how good she is, and you know what I'm saying, me and her are pretty close as well. Me and Jordan are. I was just, the first fight that I didn't hurt my hand was Porky Medina. After I started not knocking people out, it's because I hurt my hands. Then I fought Porky Medina. That was the first fight that I didn't hurt my hand. But I was still like not sitting down on my punches in that fight because I was just worried about, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, okay, I'm about to start. Because I started doing hand exercises, strengthening my hands. I had never done that before. And didn't hurt my hands. Also got in that fight, that was the first fight I started using Don House. Shout out to Don, one of the best rap people in the game. Oh yeah, Don House is amazing. I will vouch on everything for him. But then I'm like, okay, now I'm fighting Jose. I'm gonna sit down on my punches. 5 weeks away from the fight, during camp, I break my hand, and that's crooked right there. Don't mind that. That's my. I'm talking about that right there. And I was just, you know what I'm saying? That one hurt. I wanted this so bad. I've been waiting, and then 5 weeks from my first opportunity, I break my hand. It gets pushed back to January. It was supposed to be August 21st, and I just stayed on it. I stayed on it, and I went that fight, and I said, Caleb, telling myself, Caleb, if you do not sit down on your punches, if you do not punch with everything you got and fight how you know that you can, you're not gonna win this. You're gonna be the mockery of what everyone thinks that you are. And I just went in on a one-way mission, and my hands held up great. Since then, my hands have held up great fighting Mike. So people are gonna start seeing the Caleb who can punch. So they can keep saying, saying what they want, but just make sure you tune in. You can find out for yourself.
Nipsey 3 Grammy nominations.
Yep, I seen that. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what's your favorite Nip song, by the way?
Man, I don't think I got one. It just depends on what mood I'm in. But I like One of One.
Okay.
I like No Regrets. I like. Man, there's so many songs. From way back to Victory Lap to Racks in the Middle. He's a lot of things. Everything he rapped about is a lot of the things that my father taught me. I've been blessed to have an amazing father who's given me guidance, and but also operates off respect first. That's what I operate off of first, is respect. And I just feel like I could relate to a lot of things that he said. A lot of things that, struggles, whether it be, investing and being smart with your money, but, don't get it twisted. I'm gonna, I want to enjoy myself too. And that it ain't cool to just walk around being ignorant and acting like a dumbass. That's not fly. And so, I feel like he spoke on that in a lot of his music, and that's kind of how I feel like I carry myself. I would like to think of myself in that manner, but yeah.
How's the 6'4"?
Man, it's gonna be dumb. It's gonna be crazy. Just wait and see. It was supposed to be done by this week. It's gonna be done next week sometime probably. You're gonna see. You're gonna see.
I'm watching everything you do online.
Man, I promise you.
I'm watching.
It's crazy dumb. My man. Yes. Thank you, bro. Always. All right, man.
Thank you.
We gotta
All
get.
right, I'll see you tomorrow.